Jacob Joseph. My name is Zambo. I play guitar. I am the guitarist of Cement Sarcophagus.
My name is Colton Epperson. My name is also Colt45, and I play rhythm guitar for Cement Sarcophagus.
And then if we do a plug, he does For Thy Kingdom, and I do Extinction Gene. Extinction Gene.
Yes, Extinction Gene, For Thy Kingdom. Do you still call that shit Zombie Joseph? Your other?
Oh, well, so that one is Jacob Joseph Arts.
Yeah, Jacob Joseph Arts and Boof Bear.
So what does your band name mean, and where did the inspiration come from?
Band name, so this was actually Caddy's idea. So Cadaver, our vocalist, he came to us with, we were originally called Shroud of Atlas, and idea behind that was the death, the end of the world, because a shroud is something you give someone who died as a fallen warrior. So Atlas holds up the heavens. If he died, then everything came crashing down. That's what it was originally called. And then right when we got Zambo on as lead guitar, we played our last show with Shroud and recruited him at that show.
You never told me what it actually meant, but I love that name. I thought that was such a cool name.
I know.
It sounds too metalcore, I guess.
Yeah, it was pretty metalcore sounding because our lead guitarist is metalcore.
So
Cement Sarcophagus means, it has two meanings. The first one was Caddy's idea, which was when you encase someone in cement, like their feet, do it mob boss style and drop them in the middle of a lake. So that was the original idea, and then our drummer, I think Kevin, fuck you Kevin.
Yeah.
He was all like, "Oh, dude, I just googled Cement Sarcophagus, and that's the name of the Chernobyl reactor that cases the elephants."
That one, I think.
I think you found that one out.
Yeah.
Zambo found that out.
It was really cool. Like when they came up with Cement Sarcophagus, I looked it up and I found out the Chernobyl, because it looks like a big giant elephant's foot. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, the most radioactive substance known to mankind. Stand in front of it for an hour and you die.
Yeah,
that's brutal shit.
That is brutal. Like, oof. Big oof.
What is your guys' genre technically? Like, what do you guys label yourself as?
Fuck, we've gone through a bunch of changes. What would you say?
Well, if like we go through our set list, I think we're definitely in that slam category for sure. Like we are pretty dun, 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 but then I guess we're changing it up to not tech death, but it'd be like a brutal slam or something with more like blast beats in it.
Yeah.
Kevin would whatever, like get out of his domain and jam with us sometime. Wait, what's COVID-19? Like pre-COVID days.
What is that shit?
Fuck, I don't know that yet. But yeah, that's what it kind of is. I feel like. What do you think?
Yeah, it started off kind of slammy because when Cadaver came to me first, he was all like, "Hey, like slam is my shit. That's what I fuck with."
He loves slam.
I looked it up and I was all like, "Oh, so you just use the first 5 frets? Okay," because I'd only been playing guitar for I don't know how long, but I consider myself a guitarist for the last 2 years, if I'm being 100% honest. And then
you've gotten good, man. You've like progressed so much.
I appreciate you saying that.
Every band wants you.
I actually asked Lawrence, not gonna lie. Other band I'm in, For Thy Kingdom, I asked to join because I just like the sound of their set list, and I was like, I fuck with
heavy,
that.
man. They're so heavy.
They are.
The New Year's show was so cool.
That was a cool show. I enjoyed that.
When he hung upside down from the rafters.
I was balling, dude.
I thought he was gonna pass out. I was like, don't let him do this.
Don't fall on your head.
He hung there for a while. But for Cement's genre, it's been slam. It's been a little bit of sludge as well. We got told. So I sent one of our tracks to Raven Black, the front woman of Raven Black. Great fucking band. Check them out. I sent it to her, and her producer is Ulrich Wild of Death Clock. So that was a big deal, and he gave us some input on it. He's like, it's kind of a doomy, sludgy vibe, and I'm like, what? Once I started experimenting a little bit with doom and sludge, I'm like, yeah, we kind of have a bit of a sludge sound. And Zambo told me, check out Wormhole, and I'm like, yeah, this is like a technical sludge sound. So the sound is evolving. It's evolving. Yeah. We started off as slam, so first album, Yogg Sothory. It's slamming brutal death metal with a little bit of tech death. That's how I'd describe it.
Yeah.
Growing up, who were your main musical influences?
Oh man, dang. So Marty Friedman for sure, and Jason Becker. Those two have to be like at the top. And then there's so many other, like Chris Broderick. They're all guitarists, all shredders. Like I listened to Yngwie Malmsteen for a little bit, but then I grew out of it a little bit. Definitely like if I were to do bands, it'd be like Metallica. I know it's like it's not their mainstream stuff. Their like first 4 albums are so great, and then like Lamb of God for sure got me into it, and then Megadeth, and A7X. So many good bands. It goes on and on for sure, but definitely like finding new bands and stuff like that and listening to it.
Yeah, if I start with the starter, I'm not going to say on this interview what the first metal song I ever heard was that got me into metal. Your interviewer has heard it before, and I'm not repeating it. Don't say a fucking word.
I don't know.
Don't you say a fucking word.
I don't know.
Good. It's better that way.
Miss
So
May I? Is it Miss May I?
No. I have some dignity, but if I'm being 100% honest, it started with Z-Rock. So I had a portable radio when I was like 9. And I just came across 106.7 FM here in NorCal.
Oh, Z-Rock. Okay, yeah.
Good old Z-Rock. And I think the first song I heard was that song that shall not be named. If you want a hint, their Twitter account and their Facebook has been suspended.
I forgot who it was.
I'm leaving it at that. You're not hearing shit after that. Fuck that band. They're a piece of shit.
That gives it away.
That gives it away instantly.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give them any publicity, so I'm not saying their name.
Yeah.
But so if I want to get into the nitty gritty, it was originally Avenged Sevenfold was kind of the first metal band I got into.
They're good.
A little bit of Aiden.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Atreyu I got into, Hawthorne Heights. So it started with a little bit of the emo metalcore for me. That's how it started out. A bit of punk rock.
Same.
Yeah, that's how it starts for a lot of us former scene kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was a scene kid in high school, not gonna lie.
I was just super emo. I used to wear like red skinny jeans to go with my black MCR shirt.
The old school fucking Hot Topic Mall Panda.
Well, I can't think of their name right now, but Suicide Silence, they got the Eddie guy.
I
used to listen to that band. I forget the name of the band right now. One of their albums is like The Price of Existence or something like that.
Or All Shall Perish?
All Shall Perish.
Yeah, that's
dude.
Eddie.
Like
that's
their
Eddie
first
Reed's other
three albums is like that's what I listen to. I love that. Especially their first one. That one's amazing.
How did all the band members meet?
I guess I have to give the history on this one then. So just so we can start it off. So here's how me and Jake met. So we'll start off with us. I was looking for a new lead guitarist after Shroud of Atlas was reaching its end days, and I hit up Chandler Tinder, the former vocalist of Etherios, and I said, dude, help me, dear God, I need a new lead guitarist. I suck, bro. And he's like, hit up Jacob Joseph. He's perfect for your sound. And I'm like, okay. So I check him out first. I do the Facebook stalking of him real quick. And I come across the Jacob Joseph Arts page, and I listen to it. I'm like, dude, this kid can fucking shred. Oh my God.
Yeah, how old were you guys when you met and started the band?
I was 25 and you were 27.
I think so.
This was 2 years ago.
I shaved my head at that. My head was shaved.
Yeah, I remember you doing the Jason Richardson look.
Yeah, I shaved my head. I don't remember why, but I did.
I just remember you doing it, and I'm like, whatever, we don't care. And then, so I hit up Chandler. He's like, hit up Jacob Joseph. He's perfect. I'm like, okay. I go through all this shit, and I'm like, I'm going to have to step up my fucking game if I'm going to ask this guy to join. Holy shit, he's good. And then I just message him like, hey, so like you're really good, ooh, like I really love your guitar work, and like I really want you to join my band. Can you check us out on the on a brew show? And he's like, yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, that's cool. I meet him at the show, and we like start talking for a bit. He sees us play, and then it was even funnier because afterwards he was all like, if I were to be in a band, and I'm like, dickhead, I didn't invite you out here to skip rope, bro.
How'd you guys find Kevin if he doesn't even live in this area?
So with Kevin, Jared knew him, Caddy, and so it started with me and Jared at first. That's how Shroud of Atlas. We went through so many names. We went through Witchfucker, Den of Fiends. It's Christmas time, so we eat ass. I think that was one. I don't remember. No, that was a song name. That was a song name. We were gonna write a song.
Is that a keeper?
I don't know.
You should make it a keeper. Rewrite it.
I'll probably try to.
Do it next Christmas.
It's Christmas time, so we.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Yeah,
That'd be
hopefully
a
it
good
actually
one.
opens up by then. I mean,
That would be a great one. I think it'll be open by then.
It's a whole year for everything to open up again. I hope
Yeah.
not.
It started with me and Jared. I went to see a Raven Black show, and I said, "Hey, are you still looking for musicians?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm always looking for musicians. I just want to play music." And I'm like, "Sure, let's go to my place. We'll try and work on some songs." And Jared and I started like forming more of a friendship that way because we were both into metal, and he got me into slam.
How'd you meet Jared?
It was through a coworker actually. Yeah, I worked at GameStop for a few years, and Jared was just tagging along with this dude named Joey, who was my assistant manager. And one day I was like, "Hey, I just got Until Dawn. You guys want to come to my place and we'll play it?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure." And so Jared was talking about like music and metal and shit, and then we just busted out a guitar and we started playing some shit.
Nice.
And that seed set with me for a while.
How old were you?
I was 22. I was 21. I just turned 21, and he was 19. Or no, he was 18
years ago or so.
Yeah, this was a while ago.
I didn't realize Jared was so young.
Yeah, he's 23 now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the
Oh,
youngest
really? I
member.
thought
I
he was
don't feel
older
like
than
such a
that.
baby anymore.
He's the youngest member in the band.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was like 25, 26.
Yeah,
or
he
something
looks
like
a lot older.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to a Raven Black show. I texted him. I said, "Dude, I want to play music." And he was like, "Yeah, sure. I know a drummer." And he worked at Walmart with this dude named Kevin. Fuck you, Kevin.
Poor guy.
And he texted Kevin one day. He's like, "Hey, I got a guitarist. You want to be in a band?" He's like, "Fuck yeah!" And so he rolls up, and we just started jamming it out. We met a few new guys. We met Adam, the old lead guitarist. I met him through an Instagram friend that I knew. He brought on Brandon Ketchum from Ethereos as
Brandon
the bass
used to be
player.
in your guys' band?
He was in our band for 5 practices.
Did you know he was in After the Morning for like
I didn't know he
2
was in there.
practices? And
Oh my God.
left to go be in Ethereos?
Ethereos was where he set his ground. He was like, "This is what I want." And
Yeah,
he's
he
a
did not
good
like.
bassist.
he's a great bass player.
Yeah, he didn't like how After the Morning was metalcore. Like
Yeah.
they're not deathcore, they're not
They're not-
hardcore, they're
yeah.
metalcore.
Yeah. And then
I
Ethereos
get
is
it, because
melodica.
sometimes you got to be able to play what you feel is like coming out of you. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And Josh likes to do clean vocals, so like
Yeah, he was
Brandon
a fun
just wasn't feeling that.
For us, it was we were too heavy. We were too heavy for him, and he's like,
Oh,
"That's
yeah.
too much. This slam shit, I don't fuck with it. I'm out." And we're
I
like,
can so hear him saying that.
yeah, he was like, "Whatever, dude." And then the bass player, Dr. Slammons, I played with him in a band back in high school called Nameless at Birth. We fucking sucked.
Ooh, that's a cool name though.
The reason
name was separate. That sounds.
we called it that because we had been a band for 9 months and didn't have a name, and we were like, "Wow, it's like we've been nameless at birth or something." And we're like, "Okay, that works." And we're like, "Fuck, all
That's a
right."
good
After
one.
the Morning pulled out of a hat. Wrote
That's
down
so
a
cool.
name and then they just drew one and it was originally The Morning After, but then that sounds like The Morning After pill. So
That sounds more like just like waking up after a one night stand.
yeah, so
Did you
they
get-
After
switched
the
it to
Morning
After
Word.
Was
the
it a
Morning.
random band generator name?
No, everybody everybody in the band at the time, Brandon was in the band at the time, just wrote down what they wanted the name to be, and then they let me pick it because I just showed up. So they were like, "Hannah, you can pick it. You're not in the band."
Like, all right, this one.
I
Yeah.
used to be in a band called Sight Over Creation, and one of the other guys said destruction. What is it? Sight. So it's like blind over destruction or something like that.
What?
If you do it backwards. Sight Over Creation.
I remember.
cool.
I remember
My friends
hearing
make
that.
fun of it. I was like, it was a really bad band.
I remember
It sounded
you
really bad.
sharing the first video and like you're shredding and shit, but you captioned it. Yeah, insert my mindset here. Play the whiniest and most annoying guitar solo ever. And I'm like, damn, he doesn't even like his old shit.
No, I really didn't know it because we didn't even come up with that song. That was the guitarist that just brought it in, and then everybody played on it. I know it was pretty harsh, I guess, but it was the truth. I was like, this is really a whiny.
Wake up the
guitar.
next day, we're canceled. Oh, rip.
What's the craziest thing that ever happened at a show?
The fight,
Just
the
stopped.
fight when we were with After the Morning. That was about as crazy
Yeah,
as like.
at the roundup.
Yeah,
Yeah. That
Oh
was
yeah,
wild.
after that show, yeah, that was funny.
yeah. So there were just 2 drunk guys, and they were fighting. We were outside protecting our gear because the fight
Yeah.
broke out there. And we
I
were like,
was-
don't touch the drums, don't touch the amps.
The
You
fight
get the fuck
broke
out
out
of here.
in the show because this guy, so the guys were moshing, And the guy got pushed into this girl and knocked her down, and the other dude thought that he did that on purpose, and then they brought it outside.
Bro,
yeah, that's right. And the fucked up thing is, I was walking outside as just after them, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, I was selling merch at that show, so I had like a front row seat to all the drama. There was a lot of drama that night.
Yeah, I was like, oh my.
Yeah.
Fuck that
else,
shit.
Though? I don't know if I can think of anything else because I guess it's uneventful. Huh?
A shroud show, someone pooped on the floor.
Ew.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's nasty.
We were playing, and then all of a sudden we just hear, "Who the fuck took a shit on my floor?" And we just see that someone stepped in it and slid. I'm like, that is fucking disgusting.
No.
I'm like, dude, that venue owner was pissed. He was not having a good time.
Oh, that's so nasty.
That was gross.
Oh.
At least it was tile, so it wasn't that hard to clean up. But still, that was like, what a way to start our fucking career.
That's
Once
gross.
I was in it wasn't in this Cement Sarcophagus, but a guy was like, he was like kind of like not drunk. I think he was kind of mental. And there was a woman with him, and I was just playing guitar, and then like she kind of like he does something, and then I look at them, and she looks at him, and just wham, smacks him in the face, starts bleeding out of his nose and stuff. There was a woman too who fucking beat the shit out of the guy. I was like, wow, you know.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm sure there's probably some bad stuff that's happened as we played, but we just
Okay.
What's the next one?
What is your guys' songwriting process?
Lately, I've been lazy and handing it to Jake to do it.
Oh man, that sucks. I have not. I haven't been playing guitar much.
I haven't either. I've been
Yeah,
writing.
but like
deep
for
in
your
it.
last, you guys have songs
Yeah.
on YouTube. What was your songwriting process?
Okay, so it was originally, oh shit, we got a show to do and we have to fill this setup.
Oh no.
Oh,
So
yeah,
a lot of Cement songs were written the week before a show, and sometimes even so. Americunt the Brutal, that was written literally a day before.
That's a
and
good
then
song though. I love
Yeah.
that one. We were under pressure, so we cranked that one out. Yogg Sothery, a lot of pressure. We were on it, but Flayed, Immolation, and Legislation, those ones we had a lot of time to work on. And it wasn't until after working with your husband Jesse to like kind of fill in for Kevin when we needed him to drum that I realized, wow, there's polyrhythms and then there's fuck the drummer polyrhythms.
Yeah.
It was cool though, because Jesse was impressed with Kevin's drumming style,
Yeah.
Oh, he was. I didn't know that.
but Kevin didn't do it on purpose.
Kevin like has an interesting style. It seems like he's just doing like a 4 count, like but he's not. He's actually kind of like he throws in some weird polyrhythms.
Yeah. Yeah.
He does a lot of ghost notes too.
He does, yeah. Kevin
That
will
can
do so
completely
many.
throw off the feel of a song and make it sound
Yeah.
like a different
He'll do
time.
that.
Like-
Yeah, totally different song. It can make it sound totally
Mhm.
different. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess
One of these
mine's
days.
like I kind of just. It's the way I'm weird in the sense that I'll just pick up a guitar and I'll just write a riff. And within 5 minutes of picking up my guitar, I won't really write that much. But it's weird. Like not even in 5 minutes, I'll just pick up my guitar. Hey, I like that. And that's how I'll come up with a riff.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like 3 a.m. I get a bing on my phone and he's like, hey, I was working on this. And I'm like, it's 3 a.m. Go to sleep. Oh, never mind. That's really good. Hey, send me the tabs to that. That's pretty good. I like that.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm weird like that. I don't know how I do it. I just pick up guitar and I write a riff. I'm like, oh, that sounds sick. You know?
Yeah, ever since we got him on, sharing the load for songwriting has been a lot easier.
Yeah.
And now we've originally I would just write everything and we just crank it out and beat our head against the wall until we had something. Then once we brought Dr. Slammids on and we brought Jake on, it was a lot easier to do everything because we had people who actually knew what music theory was, and it wasn't just my caveman slam riffs.
So it sounds so good though. I love it. It's so simple. It's not, it's fun just to play simple stuff. What about you? Like when you pick up guitar, how do you write? Like if you're like, how did you write Prophilic?
So usually I'm trying to chase a sound style whenever I write something. So when I wrote Yogg Sothery, I wanted to mix slam and Egyptian Phrygian style. And then when I wrote Leonidas, I was tampering with Phrygian. So I'll mess with a scale a lot. I'll mess with a mode a lot. I'll practice to backing tracks. And that's usually eventually when I come up with something. And if I repeat something enough, that usually sticks with me. And that's how I come up with all my rhythm sections. And then it's as simple as like showing him the root notes so he can make solos off of it. Like with our song Leonidas and pretty much everything else we've written ever since we got him on. Leonidas was the first one I wrote with him that was coming from me. And I was just all like, for the solo style, listen to these songs. So I'll throw in like Nile, I'll throw in Periphery, and then I'll throw in Mayhem. So I'm like, figure it out. And he does. And so he'll tell me like, okay, play the backringer for the solo as many times as possible. So we'll sit together doing one-on-one styles, and I'll just keep playing the same thing. And he'll eventually just come up with some fucking magic and gold and shit.
Magic and gold and shit.
He's fucking King Midas over here. Just bing! Go, bitch!
Who would you guys compare your band to?
Metallica. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Who
invited you?
Who invited you to get out of here? Oh, man.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's been hard for a while.
Yeah.
They definitely have a heavier sound and a little bit kind of stripped down.
Yeah. So
I like Chelsea Grin a lot. Like the new album is really good.
A little bit. There's a lot of Chelsea Grin influence.
Yeah.
We're both big fans of Jason Richardson and his work because he and I bonded on Chelsea Grin mostly and Death. Death is another great one.
Yeah, Death for sure.
So we were writing riffs in the style of Death and Chelsea Grin, kind of to try and mix that together. So I'd say if we were to compare our sound, it's kind of like Death and Chelsea Grin. That's how I would best describe it.
Yeah, maybe a little bit melodic.
A lot of lately a lot of melodic and prog. So throw in some Wormhole and Candlemass. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Candlemass.
So how long did you practice guitar before you felt comfortable to do a show?
Well, so I started playing guitar when I was like 14 or so. But to play a show for these guys, so man, what was our first show? Oh, we played it like not Halloween, but I think it was.
It was Firehouse. It was Halloween.
Yeah. I think I just practiced. I just sat with like some recordings. That's what we tried to record, but kind of failed.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I just sat with those for a while, and I was very nervous, but you just get through it. And
I fucking crushed it.
Yeah, it's just like you just gotta not care. You're like, well, if I fuck up, hopefully I don't throw off the whole band. Like I don't think that would have like.
He was sitting there.
Not care.
He was sitting there like, yo, I hope I don't fuck up. I'm like, dude, the only one who's gonna fuck up is literally everyone else in this band. I think you'll be fine, dude.
Yeah, that's why I love this because it's just like everybody's chill. They're not gonna care if you mess up one note or fuck up your guitar solo or something.
We don't fucking care.
I know Kevin's messed up. He counts to 5 sometimes.
He's done that, and we're like, oh, who cares?
Yeah.
It's like we'll just flip him off after the song's done. Who cares?
Kevin, you play that 5 times. That was right at the end.
Oh God, I was like, what are you doing? I think I even yelled at him. I was like, 4 times, Kevin, 4 fucking times.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess like I was probably in it for a while, but it's hard to like learn somebody's set when there's no recordings.
Yeah.
We brought him in, no recordings, just fresh start basically. The songs were written and he just had to suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah.
I probably, for the Cement shows, I've been playing since I was 12, but it was that on again, off again, didn't really know what I was doing, tried to self-taught. My dad got me a few lessons here and there. I played in my freshman year. There was a guitar class we took.
That's cool.
And after that, I was just self-taught from then on out. Then I thought when I was 17, I was confident enough to play. Looking back, I regret all of that, but not really because I got that stage fright out ahead of time.
Nice.
And then when we started playing as this band, I think I had been playing for a good solid 9 months before we did our first show. And then it was just like after that, I felt a lot more comfortable. I didn't really have a problem with nerves because I'm like, you know what? If I fuck it, everyone's too busy getting punched in the face at this time to really care.
What helps is like I don't drink, but maybe taking like a couple of swigs of beer.
I do, yeah.
That gives because I'll like if I drink and never play a show or like drink an energy drink and then play a show because your nerves are just so shot. Yeah, you're so jittery and you try not to fuck up, but you always end up just messing up no matter what. So a couple of a couple swigs of beer.
Yeah, a couple swigs of beer help. I smoke 5 bowls before I start.
Yeah. So what is it like playing shows in a small town?
I actually like it a lot. It's the most fun I really have. I told myself a few months ago, yo, if I only played like local shows and that's something I got to do like twice a week or even once a week,
Yeah.
I'd be happy. I'm
Yeah.
totally cool with that.
It's nice when people show up.
It
for
is.
sure, because it's such a small town.
And surprisingly,
So it's all
people
your
show.
homies.
Yeah, it's usually all the homies, which is just fine enough. Like, we don't care because we're all playing together. We love playing in the same bars. You know, we get free drinks every now and then.
You meet other bands too.
We meet other bands
and
and
listen, check them out.
people who come from out of town. We played with a whole bunch of out of town bands like Goreskin Coffin, Artificial Aliens, I Sank Atlantis.
Yeah, I still have that CD. I gotta give that back. Keep on forgetting it.
So, what is your band's goal for your music? Do you plan to stick with this genre or experiment?
I like experimenting, but
Yeah.
it also depends on what everybody.
It's
else
experimenting. We don't like. We started off as slam, and once we heard what true slam was, we're like, oh, I want to play more than 5 notes.
Yeah.
wants. Yeah.
So like once Zambo started showing us a little bit more of like what he did, we're like, yeah, there's plenty of room to experiment. So
I like prog. For
yeah,
sure, but
we
I
like
Led
fucking
Zeppelin
with
and
prog a
stuff.
lot. A lot of classical music too. You know, classical like Bach.
Yeah.
Bach fucks.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He fucks.
Yeah, my homie Bach. What up? So we're gonna experiment a little. So we're in the middle of recording Yogg-Saw 3 right now,
Whenever
which is
Kevin gets done finishing the drums,
whenever you're done with drums. You got 1 track left, dude. You got one left.
Wait, like you just do the drums. We can just throw the guitar on it.
We'd be done.
Everybody else can record. We're just waiting on you, Kevin. Hurry up.
Exactly. Finish it.
Finish it.
But so we're in the middle of recording Yogg-Saw 3. We experiment a lot with other music too. Like we don't just stay in one band. Like he's in Extinction Gene. I'm in For Thy Kingdom. We work on solo shit. Like I'm working on Boof Bear. He works on Jacob Joseph Arts. And
I haven't gotten around to it though.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to play much guitar.
the last one you did was pretty good. Like the last album you
I
released.
have
that,
some more ideas.
No,
that are
fuck.
coming. Thank you.
Yeah. So, I'm not ripping from any of the other bands, but we're kind of taking a little influence from them. So,
Yeah.
working with For That Kingdom, I got to learn a little bit more.
We're gonna take the best elements of every band and rip them off.
Yeah,
We're just gonna
rip
change
them all
it.
off. Yeah. I can't wait to unveil our new stupid genre, whatever it
This
might
is
be.
gonna be
Do you
one
guys
of.
think you'd ever move in like a thal direction? I feel like you guys are heavy enough for that.
Probably we could probably take a thal direction.
Oh, like gin.
Yeah.
We
We don't gent
I
much.
like gin, but I don't know. I'm not like that necessarily open. Something like that.
Rises
More
off
like
is the most it goes.
changing it, like
Yeah.
changing that, but with actually putting notes behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the whole I want to play low thing, but I like 7 strings, and that's where I'm staying. I'm not going to 8s.
Yeah.
I don't wanna go back to eights.
Seven's a perfect number.
Yeah.
It's a perfect number.
You have your 6, then you have your 1, and that's perfect for me. And
So
you
you
can
wouldn't
detune
go
it.
like a Vilcharda route?
No, I don't think Vilcharda. I think
More of a Humanity's Last Breath route,
Ginger.
if anything.
more ginger.
Ginger.
Yeah.
A little bit of ginger.
Yeah.
Like if you could slam ginger,
Yeah.
I'm not. That's not a threat against Tatiana, by the way.
if you could slam.
If you could slam ginger, if you could make ginger sound slam,
Yeah.
that would be more the sound we're kind of chasing.
That'd be
We have a
cool.
lot of stuff.
Bit of
we can add to
wormhole-y,
it.
a little bit of
I love
wormhole.
So, where do you hope your band will be 5 years from now?
Touring.
Touring.
That would be sick.
Do you want to be signed?
I don't know. I think about signing a lot, and whenever I look at that, because I'm friends with a lot of bigger musicians now. Let me just stroke my own dick real quick. So I'm friends with a few musicians who've been, through labels and everything. I just don't know because labels are so scummy with everything they do. They'll give you an advance, and you have to pay that advance back, but you got to use that advance money for a whole bunch of other things. And sometimes bands who may not have any life skills, they spend all that on stupid shit. So there's just it's like, listen, record companies, make it make sense.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
You might
sign
as well go through
anything.
Spotify. You might as well, if you
Yeah.
can get a little small record company, maybe or record label, you go through Spotify.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've seen a lot of bands today that have evolved with the times.
Mhm.
And there was a guy that just died. He was in the band called Power Trip.
Yeah.
And he was the guy that made all their T-shirt designs,
Mhm.
and that's all they That was the major of their income was selling T-shirts. Or Jason Richardson, he doesn't really make as much money off of music; he makes it more off of guitar tabs.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of musicians have changed with the times because they know that they could easily be streamed, but there's still a market to sell, merch or guitar tabs or maybe whatever else, stuff that you can't easily just get off the internet. And then
So go ahead and move your face around. Perfect. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, you're good.
Nice.
You,
Okay.
And then if we do plugs, I guess I'd
Follow vultures.
Okay. We just
Pretty
got
well.
into the topic.
That's cool.
Watch any Ola England video.
Okay.
Willie Chug.
Bless you.
Oh, before you do the next question, I gotta piss real quick.
That's fine.
I love the episode of Robin Big when he got like really fat. He wore the fat suit.
Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
rocked
Tall,
that
too.
shit.
There's gonna be so much I have to cut out. It's gonna be a lot of work.
He's on
Like,
like,
like that one guy
Yeah.
was like, "Are you on cocaine?" He's like, "I'm high on life." I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you more.
I appreciate you most. Shut up, bitch.
Shut up.
I'll fist you.
Whoa.